Tom Vasel, and welcome to Lookback. This is a series that I do where each week I take a look at reviews I did a year, 5 years, and, well, not today, but sometimes 10 years ago, and tell you about what I think about those games now. So we're going to start with a year ago. First of all, a year ago I reviewed the Undo series. There was 3 games that came in this series. One of them, for example, was Curse from the Past. This was a game in which you're jumping around in time trying to figure out or stop somebody from being murdered or killing themselves or whatever it might be. These games are awful. They are just basically you randomly guessing. There's no deduction, and it boggles my mind that more of them have just been released. I am not interested in these games at all. I also took a look at Greetings from Granville. This is a nice kids little game, just moving around, going from spot to spot. Not for adults at all, but a nice little kids game, just moving around using various means of transportation. Another good kids game is Animove. This is one where you're lining up animals, trying to match things on a card. I don't normally like these games as much as an adult, but for kids, this one worked really well. Also, nice components. Overbooked. This is about putting people on an airplane, which is a very different game in 2020 than it was in 2019. But in this, you're trying to put people on the airplane, and you want to have the right people sitting next to some people, have them different sections. It's a really unique idea. It could have used better components, but it's okay. Roll for Adventure is a cooperative game that probably is going to get lost amongst the annals of time. It's actually a nice, light cooperative game in which you are rolling and fighting against enemies and placing dice in various spots, working together. Kind of a generic fantasy game, but theme, but I liked it. Pastally. This is an abstract strategy game from Pandasaurus, and this one looks light but is extremely mind-boggling as you place these tiles down and you're scoring from connecting from different sides to others based on how far the path goes. I really enjoyed this one. A nice, crunchy, thinky game. Carnival of Monsters. This is from Richard Garfield. It's a drafting game. Now, this one could have been even better, but there's a few small problems I had with it. I still think the game should be split into a deck 1, deck 2, so that the cards get bigger and better. And it's possible for a game to be not as interesting based on the randomness. But if you do like drafting games, this one has a lot of cool things in it. And I do like the theme of it, where you're capturing animals to put them in your carnival, or monsters. Shobu is the standout from a year ago. This is an abstract strategy game, a 2-player game in which you are moving pieces on one board to move them on another, and on the other board you're just trying to push everybody off of one board, where you control one board completely. It's really, really cool. It looks like it's an old abstract game, but has some really cool ideas in it. 5 years ago, I took a look at Bring Out Your Dead. The component quality was not so fantastic, I guess. The theme here is an interesting idea, and man, did Upper Deck push this one all out. You know, they pushed this game. It hasn't aged as well for me. There's some interesting ideas there, but at the end of the day, I haven't played it in 5 years and have no desire, so I had to ding at a point. Tinker Tailor just got a new edition. I've not played the new edition of this game, but it is a role selection game. I enjoyed it, where you're picking from many different roles, all with different numbers and different special abilities. 2 Rooms and a Boom, 5 years ago now. This is a game that my 7 looks like a negative rating compared to how much people love this game. I mean, it's still played at conventions. People really enjoy it. My game is still Werewolf of choice. I think 2 Rooms and a Boom is fine. The reason it doesn't get a 10 from me is because it's really hard to get started in this game for me. It's once you have a group, a meta group, and they know what to do, it works. And there's a lot of really cool roles in the game, and I like it. It's just that when you first start, everyone just kind of stands around not knowing what to do. Asking for Troubles. This one I binged up a bit because I really like this game. It's a worker placement game. Works well with kids, works well with adults. It's very orange, for sure, but the theme of it, there's these troubles and you're trying to get rid of them. You collect stuff. It's so simple, so neat, and just, it feels really fulfilling for the weight of the game. And for that, it's one that I want in my collection for sure. 10 years ago, I was still moving to America from Korea, so nothing there, but that's what I reviewed a year and 5 years ago. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Look Back on the Dice Tower.